to you. My name is Maria Kądzielska and you are watching Poland Daily Culture. And we will talk today about the film adaptation of one of the greatest novels in Polish literature, of course, The Doll. And here with me is Julia Wilda. And there were two made of The Doll, and with two heroines, great actress as well, who are portraying Izabela, because of course I would say there's the main figure, and of course I would say that the most difficult actress to put there, because determined the whole movie. So one is Małgorzata Braunek, and there's the newest version, the new version.
Yes, from 1978, I guess, yes.
I would say she represents the ideal as well of Izabela. And the other one is Beata Tyszkiewicz. So, and her aristocrat herself is, I would say, one of the last who's just coming, who combines maybe like different generations, different times. And she plays an aristocrat herself, so she has a lot in common with Izabela as a person, I would say. I mean, maybe of her situation. And which one do you prefer more?
Tyszkiewicz, to be honest. Although I prefer the TV series, so from the 1978, I always admire how Tyszkiewicz looks and how perfect she is for the role. So I would gladly swap the heroines, the actresses, because I love the TV series, but I think that Tyszkiewicz is a perfect Izabela.
Because like she represents everything what aristocrats represented those times. So she's beautiful, she has a perfect posture, figure. She was even born in Wilanów Palace. So that's so she represents something which like passed already in the history. It's a challenge or so for all the costumes and the elements. Film version of Lalka of The Doll is something like the Pride and Prejudice in English literature.
That's very interesting. Yes, to some extent, yes, I agree. Though it's much more complex, but yes, of course.
And I'm waiting for a new version.
I'm not. I'm not. Honestly, I don't think that anyone could do this as well as Richard Berr, so the director of the 1978 version. So
yeah, so the costumes are the talent.
Everything is perfect, and the cast, all the actors, they are the best actors we had, right? And there are so many great names that it wouldn't be...
Which are just some of them? Who's like...
Jerzy Kamas is for me the only Wokulski. I cannot imagine anyone else as Wokulski. So as you mentioned, we have Małgorzata Braunek as Izabela. We have Emil Karewicz as Izabela's father, and he is just perfect. I love him for this role, and so many other...
The costumes are also great. So
yes.
It need to be the element like of details and of coming back to those times, and but I still keep my point that a new version, like a Netflix one, for example, a series.
No, I'm afraid that nobody would pay so much attention to the details, to the historical accuracy, and it would be ruined for me. I don't.
But the other thing is that The Doll should be more appreciated in the international audience.
Oh yes, that's for sure. Yes.
Because it's a perfect novel. If it was written in English, it would be everyone would be reading it as a Pride and Prejudice. It would be a symbol. Because it is, and just because it's written in Polish, it's not so popular, even though it was translated to 28 languages and it was translated to English.
Yes, some time ago it was becoming more and more popular, fashionable even, but I think it's still well, a limited number of readers, because it's Polish, and even the name isn't that well known, which is a great pity, because it's perfect. It's just such a great novel.
For the American audience, like some introduction interest, and was made by Stanisław Barańczak, and the pre-word was written by Barańczak, so he explained all the elements and details which American reader should understand about The Doll. So that's, I would say, extremely important. But I still encourage the readers to get into it. And I've seen it was translated even to Japanese or to Chinese.
Yes, Korean as well, and it was pretty popular in Korea, which is interesting, right? Though the translators had to face the challenges such as, what is meant by autumn, for example. We know that in Poland, our autumn is grey and rainy and terrible, very unpleasant, unless we're talking about this golden time. But in general, we know how it looks. And in Japan, it's completely different. So the translator needs to bear that in mind and play a little bit with it so that the image is faithful.
Well, I haven't had a chance to read it in any other language than Polish, but it's a challenge, and I guess the translation is always a challenge, because either the translator is he keeps to every word, or he's beautiful. Yes.
Yes, that's true. But it's wonderful that it was translated, and I hope that it will be getting more and more popular. I think it's incredibly beautiful and worth it.
So the audience of Poland Daily, if you are only English speakers, there's no excuse for not knowing The Doll by Bolesław Prus, because it was translated to English and it is available. So if you haven't read it, go to the next bookstore, get it, and I assure you it will be really fascinating few days of your life, because The Doll, Lalka, is a masterpiece, and it will live for a very, very long time still in the future. And thank you very much for being with us.